For more on what businesses can do to keep their cargo and goods safe, let's bring in Scott Cornell, transportation lead and crime and theft specialist at Travelers. It may not surprise anyone out there that an insurance company would have a crime and theft specialist on the payroll. But the fact that your role exists means it's a significant issue for a lot of major corporations. How big of a deal is it?
Cargo theft is something that the average person doesn't usually think about or really know about, but it's definitely an impactful element to the supply chain and people who are trying to conduct business in the supply chain every day. Currently, cargo theft is at an all-time high over the past 10 years, since 2012. So as we're talking, I'll be citing mostly CargoNet statistics. That's the source that I use when I talk about the statistics. And if we just look at Q1 for 2023, CargoNet has reported that cargo theft is up 64%. When you break it down by month, January it's up 61%, February it's 49%, and March it's 82%. So this is a significant impact on the supply chain and anybody who's operating within.
Now, Scott, this is not to be confused with what we've been talking about as retail shrinkage. That is people going into stores and retail outlets to steal from there, whether it be in an organized fashion or not. We are talking way further up the supply chain. How much really is this a problem? I mean, this is about people stealing stuff off of trucks and trailer beds and cargo facilities and that sort of thing, right?
Right. What you're referring to is what's called organized retail crime, and that is different than cargo theft. Now, there are some tie-ins, and we see some activity in both circles with different organized rings, but in general, they're two separate topics. Cargo theft is a significant impact on the supply chain, and anybody who's operating in it has to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. There are a couple of different types of cargo theft. There's what we call straight cargo theft, which is where they go out and they physically steal it where it sits, and then there's strategic cargo theft. In particular, since November, in March, CargoNet reported that strategic cargo theft was up over 500%. So we're just seeing these numbers continue to increase and the problem continue to increase. And they're taking advantage of every opportunity they have to intercept the cargo while it's in movement.
In transportation. And now, Scott, is there any, through your analysis and research, is there any underpinning, any reason as to why we are seeing this huge surge in cargo supply chain related theft?
You know, there's always some tie-in with the economics of it, but in general, cargo theft is committed primarily by organized cargo theft rings. And when they get good at something, when they find an opportunity, they're going to continue to go after it. So when we take a look at that topic of strategic cargo theft in general, they're basically using all of the things that the supply chain has put in place to move freight quickly and try and do it efficiently as an advantage against the same supply chain. So they're out there using the internet, the web, load boards, any of those things that we try and use to make the supply chain more efficient. They're trying to use it to commit these thefts, and they're finding it easier and easier to use those things to their advantage. So we're seeing an increase.